Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Size Up. I'm your girl, Big Skills Faith, and I got the homie Wendy with me.
Hello, hello,
We
hello.
here, man. Okay, so,
Man, life be life in you guys.
bro, let me tell y'all something. I'm hitchhiking right now. Hitchhiking, I say. Um, I have had a whole this last past week has been like kicking my behind. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. Being an adult is ghetto. I want to be in a child's place right now. I do. I'm so tired.
He's like, I want to start adulting. Adulting
Mm-mm.
sucks.
It's so ghetto. You
I
know,
told my son that the other day. I said, welcome to the ghetto adulting.
because it is ghetto, right? Being an adult is so ghetto. I don't want it anymore. I don't. Send it back, man.
Man, what? I told him, what I
Instead of-
wouldn't give to be 16 again.
Nigga,
My,
I think 12 was a good year for me.
no,
I
I'm going to
just
tell you, 16 is good because I had my car.
Mm-mm.
And I did have a job, and all I had to worry about was keep gas in my
Let's
car.
talk about how I don't want to drive. Let's talk about how I want to drive. Let's talk about real talk. And I like to occasionally, okay, I'm okay with driving. Baby, I don't want to drive. Only because I have children. Now, if I didn't have kids, it'd be no problem. One in my house has a driver's license and don't drive. And then I have the other one that
You got to take everywhere.
I gotta take everywhere because he ain't even within the age. But I told him for his birthday, you going to driving school. Like, we're not turning up for your 15th birthday. Like, I'm putting you in driving school. They're going to teach you how to drive because I don't have the patience for you, because you're going to be we're going to have a come to Jesus with you. I already know, right? I already know where I know which child who is going to be the 10 and the 2 child. That's the one that got his drive. That's the 10 and the 2er. This other one, let me tell you something. That man said, "Oh, I like that car right there. That car was a Challenger." I said, "My nigga, no."
My son was like the Camaro all the way.
Listen
and
to
I
what
was like,
I told him. So then, I said, "You get a 1992 Toyota Celica. That's what the hell you get." "No, Mom. What is that car? You know what that car? It don't matter. You're gonna have a car, okay? You're gonna have a car in which to drive."
And I remember I told my son, my dad, he got me a 1976 Chevy Chevette. It was brown. We called that junk the Brown Hornet. It was a hoopty. Yes, it was. Was I checked for it? Yes, I was. But you know what my response was for those who was checking me? You checking me while you walking?
You at the bus stop? You gotta catch a ride with somebody. You're gonna relish in this 1992 Toyota Celica. Because first of all, insurance is high. I sell insurance for a living. It's high as a giraffe's ass. Okay? I don't have time. And then boys don't know how to drive. Like, boys have all the rigs. They be turning donuts and acting a fool. They want to show out. No, sir, I would not be getting you nobody's sports car. So I can have to pay $1,000 because you ain't got no job. $1,000 in car insurance for your raggedy behind to turn donuts in the parking lot to impress some little girl. No. And if she don't want to get in the car with you, then that heifer can walk. Okay? That's how I feel. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on a little ranty rant this evening because, the kids.
Yeah.
But driving back and forth to Christian Brothers is not life for me.
You don't understand that I understand. I live in the Bartlett Cordova area, driving to South Memphis twice a day, to and fro. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you
It's
know? It is so refreshing when you are used to filling up your tank 2 to 3 times a week, now doing it twice a month.
See, look at God. Won't he do it?
He won't he? And he did it real good.
I
He
was
did
doing it
real
more than 2
good.
times a week because for my mom's vehicle, my car, not so much, but I've been using my mom's vehicle. We're gonna pray. We're gonna pray for the adulting because I don't want to do it. We're gonna get into these topics. I don't have a slideshow tonight, y'all. I've already started my drinking. I have whiskey and Coke tonight. Wild turkey, to be specific.
And I have my good old water.
Yeah, I've been drinking water today. I'm over the water. I need a drink. So
Did you work today?
Huh?
Did you work today?
I was not off like you government employees were. I had to go to work. However, I did have a half a day because mom had a procedure today, so I had to be her designated driver, which I didn't have a problem with. Like, I'm taking all the time off, whatever you need, sis, I'm here for you. So that's what I did today. Y'all keep my mama lifted up in prayer, okay? Please do. Please do.
In fact, let me put it on my wall right now.
Put it on your wall. Keep Vicky lifted up in prayer. So I just
in prayer.
It's a lot, when your mom and dad, they're precious people. You only get one mom, you only get one dad, right? And I love my mom and I love my daddy. My mom and I, we bumped heads over the years. That's my mama. It's no way.
I be talking about my mama.
Correct. It's no way on God's green earth that I am the person that I am today if it was not for that lady, right? So my whole goal in life is to just whatever, my mom and dad need me for something. I'm not no job, no situation is gonna keep me from that, right? My mom and daddy got a health situation going on. I'm gonna be right there. Like, at the end of the day, if I'm not on nobody's job, they gonna replace me. I'm an irreplaceable employee because I work hard. I work my tail off wherever I go. But listen, I'm not going to be, and that's why I want to work for myself. Real talk. That's why I want to work for myself, because I don't want to be chained to a situation to where if something happens and my mom or my dad or something happens or takes place, I'm gone. I'm at the door. Something happens to my kids, I'm gone and I'm at the door. When I sold cars, and we're going to get into our topics because that's what we're here for. When I sold cars, anything happened to one of them little boys, I didn't care if I was in the middle of a car sale.
And that's how it should be.
I walked right out that door and I didn't care. And when I became that person, because I used to be the person, well, I can't do it because I got to take off work. And no, my family is the reason why I'm here. The only reason why I am working a job and I am clocking into somebody is because none of my, entrepreneurial goals and dreams and stuff have come to fruition to where I can just not have to clock in to nobody and that money is coming in. And I know being an entrepreneur is not easy. I'm not saying that, but I don't have the freedom, right? But when it comes to them, man, I got the freedom because hey sis, whatever you got to do, if you don't have to pay me for the day, I'm finna be there for the people that I love and who love me back, right? So I don't ever want that to be twisted on any job that I'm on. If something goes on with my mama, my daddy, my children, my sister, my brother, that's my core, man. Hey man, I'm finna be there. What you mean? I'm not doing it. So and we got to be like that on these jobs. Now, I'm not saying go on somebody's job and tell them what you're going to do, but I think that jobs have gotten to the point to where they don't have empathy for what you do. There are people who had sick kids and they lost their job because they got a sick kid. Or if you got a kid with autism or ADHD or something where you have to deal with it, and it's like, okay, well, this job ain't really working with me in my situation. You want somebody, and a lot of companies lose good employees because they are not willing to work with those people.
Right.
Which is crazy to me, because if you are the boss, you get to go do whatever it is you want to do. But the employee can't. And that's not, I don't even think that's fair. You know? So I really hate it. That I can't, and like I said, I love what I do on a daily basis. I really do love my job. I love helping people. I love educating people on insurance and financial services. I love that. That's my thing, man. I love it. I love what I do. I just don't like working for nobody. It's not a dig towards I just don't like working for anybody because I have to follow your rules and regulations.
Who you telling? You know where I work.
Right. I work there too. The most awesome place in the whole wide world. But that's my goal in life, is to be in a position to where I can help others get to where they need to be. Additionally, to be in a position to where I can grow and work for myself. So that's what I want to do. And I want multiple streams of income. I don't just want one source of income coming in. So I want all the streams. I want to make money in my sleep. That's what I want. So I ain't gonna do that working for somebody. I'm not gonna do that clocking into somebody's job.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna do that. So that's why I am with it. That's how I feel about it.
Well, today it wasn't really a holiday for me.
What you do? Mary Kay
because I had to do mommy stuff. Even though I have a 19-year-old, I had to take him. The first thing in the morning that I do,
license. That's what I want to know.
Man, he got his permit. He got his permit. So
too much whiskey in this glass. The child that I'm speaking of is of age to pour liquor. Okay.
Yes. So because it's Veterans Day, and thank you to all of those who have served. I salute you,
including your dad and my dad.
Right, my dad was a veteran. He fought in Vietnam. So
my dad as well.
I went to go see him in his grave. I went to his grave site.
I saw that today.
I walked up. And the first thing I saw, because the way his gravesite is, I'm not able to see his name.
Right.
Because it's like the back is facing me. So if you're married to if you was married and your spouse is going to be buried, the name is going to show on the back of the gravesite, on the gravestone. And so my stepmother passed in December of last year. May, she wasn't there. I went May 18th. I went Memorial Day. I also went the date. Girl, get off that phone. Because you can't hear me. I'm talking to you. Get off that phone. So I went May 18th. That's my dad's birthday. I went to see him. She wasn't there.
Okay.
Then I went Memorial Day. She was not there. My dad passed in September. I went to go visit him in September. She was not there.
Right.
I walk up because I'm always having a trouble finding which row it is because I know it's close up, but I be forgetting the number. I see Verna Edinburgh on the back of his thing. And I said,
So, wait a minute. Question. So it was 5 of y'all. Did he have any other kids?
My dad had 5 girls.
Right.
I have 2 half sisters, which meaning that 2 of them was not my mom's. We're sisters.
Okay. So hold on, back up. So let me be clear because I gotta get your family dynamic, man. So 5 girls total.
Idella, Larita, Cecilia, me, Nikita. Idella and Nikita are not my mom's girls.
Okay.
So he never had any kids with Vernon. He never had any kids with her.
Oh,
no. Yeah.
Okay, this is T.
So, hold on one second. Dang it. I'll call her back. Okay, so you know the drama with what all happened with my dad
I
and
know
stuff.
all the drama.
And you know, she got a second mortgage, left the door wide open, and left the house.
Right, I remember you telling me that.
And she moved upstate. So, according to the obituary, I'm thinking she's buried in Pennsylvania.
She buried at the cemetery.
So my thing is, if she was buried at the cemetery, why
She
did
went
they dig her
upstate.
up? Why did they dig her up and bring her down here? Her family upstate. Nobody in her family down here.
Do we know that she actually moved upstate?
Yeah, she moved upstate.
Okay.
She moved upstate.
Had I already registered? Okay.
She moved upstate. But I was like, I said, hold on. I said, y'all, she actually got buried with him. And it was fresh because you can see the ground.
Right.
It was just done.
Wow.
So I'm like, so from December to now, what was y'all doing with that dang body? And so I said, y'all, I gotta go. I said, y'all gotta go. And I clicked off, and then as soon as I clicked off, I said, I said Nicka, Nicca. That's what I be saying.
You know what? I got another episode for you. We talked about the episode. I got a whole nother episode for you. And it's gonna be called Daddies or Niggas Too. I need that to be. Let me say this. I'ma say this because I said that to my sister. So I got that from Insecure. And for reference purposes, and we finna get into these topics.
Okay.
For reference purposes. So on Insecure, if y'all are familiar with the show, there's Molly and Issa, right? So Molly got mad at her dad because she found out that her dad had cheated on her mom like early on in their marriage, right?
Oh yeah.
And so she was mad, and her brother was like, so how long you gonna punish dad for some shit he did before you was even here? And she was like, well, he cheated on mother. He said, you need to stop blaming that nigga for some shit he did back in the day. She was like, not you calling out that nigga. He said, daddies is niggas too. They are. I don't care what nobody say. Daddies are niggas too. That's gonna be, we're doing it. I need playing.
Okay.
We are doing that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I FaceTime my sister Larita.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I FaceTime Larita.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Larita, look at this mess. I said, you see Dad? I said, what's different about Dad's gravestone? She said, oh, they must filled in the letters because it was faded.
She didn't see it.
She didn't see it. And I said, hold on. I turned around.
Did she cuss?
No. And then my other sister Cecilia, she hasn't seen my dad since he passed. It's still raw for her.
Yeah.
So she looks at my lives as a way of her visiting.
Okay. I get it.
Like when I do it live, it's like I'm representing my sisters as well.
Yeah.
And so I had to take Josh to get his to his eye doctor appointment because he needed some glasses.
I need some glasses too. Y'all recommend a good eye doctor.
I have a federal spending savings account with my health insurance, and I had $1,900 that I needed to spend. Girl, before this year,
you can't put me on there as a beneficiary because I need some glasses.
Joshua was like, what's my budget, mama? I said, you ain't got no budget. Just pick whatever you want.
Mine, go get them Dolce and Gabbana glasses. Go get them.
I think he got Burberry. He saw some Burberry shade.
I'm not mad at it at all.
And then I said, you know what? Because I already got me some Versace's. Okay, earlier this year.
Versace. I'm just saying, like, if you need another like slight dependent, just for the health savings account, not for nothing else. I got my own health insurance. I just need for the health savings account.
Girl,
I need some glasses. So,
girl,
and I really just need my. And to be honest, I really just need my prescription. Let me tell you how you can rack up on glasses. Real talk. If you got your prescription, you can go to Zulu. You can go to hold on. It's a number of sites you can go to, and you can get glasses for the low. So you could have spent up that $1,900 with like a ton of different glasses. You can have glasses for like outfits and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want just say glasses, and I want some other glasses because I need them.
I'm okay with it. So I told him, I said, just pick whatever you want. And you know, they took off, you know, he was, because they said your allowance is 150. And he said, Mom, do I have to pick shades that is 150? I said, no. Pick whatever shade, whatever frames you want, son.
You can whatever have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever
as long as I get it down to $600, I can carry over $600. However, I'm trying to get as low as possible. Right. And so his frames and everything, because with the frames that I got right now, not only I have bifocals and I have the Invisalign, you know how like you don't have the line shown, and then I have it where
let's talk about how I am so blind.
look, I have it where, you know, the glare of the computer won't hurt my eyes, and then I have the frames where the lenses where it, you know, turns into shades when I go outside.
The transition.
Yeah. I was like, and so I said, you know what? I need me another pair of glasses. So I got me another pair of glasses.
I'm just saying, I just need you to pencil in Vickia's face more on the health savings account so I go get me some glasses. And really, again, I just need my prescription. That's all I need. I can buy my own glasses. I just need to go for the eye doctor appointment so I can get my prescription. That's all I need.
Now, I done already bought me a new thermometer, a new blood pressure machine. I bought 2 meters, pedometer meters, you know, to check your oxygen.
Yeah.
And so my mom was talking about, I need me a new glucose meter. I went and got her a glucose meter today.
Sure, you own it. You done found a way to spend the money, but next year just think of me. That's all I'm saying. So look.
And then I had my asthma doctor appointment today. Okay. So normally after I go visit my dad, I will get back in the bed and watch TV all day. Didn't do that.
Well, girl, that's growth, because you know we get to that point, and we have that point of morning that we gotta have them. I ain't even playing. That's the perfect episode. Daddies is niggas too. I'm going. All right, here we go.
No. You ain't saying it right. Daddy is.
Okay, here we go. So we're gonna talk about these reality shows real quick first.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start with Potomac, and then I'm gonna let you do your thing with.
I have not been watching it. I'm sorry.
That's right. I understand. So you have Wives of Potomac. Let's talk about it. So I had to play catch up because I only saw the first episode, and I was like, I don't know. But then it's a mess. It's a whole mess. Because as I was recounting what has gone on with my sister, I was like, oh, okay. So let me sum it up for you. Karen had an accident. Go ahead.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Is Stacy the one that got the boyfriend who don't want to have sex with her?
I'm finna get on it. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Now.
Because you know what I'm about to say, right?
I know what you're finna say. So hold on. So I'm sorry. So let's sum this up real quick. So Karen, right, had an accident where she got a DUI. Mm-hmm. This is her second DUI, according to, you know, word on the curb, word on the street. Mm-hmm. I do have in our thing that everything we talk about is alleged. But Karen did have the accident where I don't know if she missed a deer or whatever happened. Whatever happened and took place with Karen. Whatever happened took place with Karen. Karen missed a deer, hit a tree, wasn't hurt, but she got the DUI and she got to go to court and all this other stuff. This is the second housewife, by the way, that has had a DUI, maybe more than one. But I know recently the lady from the OC, was it one of the OC? Remind me, because I don't watch the other. I watch Beverly Hills every once in a while, but it was a lady on the OC or Beverly Hills. Was it OC or Beverly Hills? Wendy? Wendy, can you hear me? Wendy, I'm talking to you. You on mute.
What?
Who had the accident? Was it the lady from the OC?
Shannon Bedore.
Is she the OC or Beverly Hills?
OC.
Okay. So she had a thing. So Karen, this is apparently Karen's second DUI. Okay. So Karen has a DUI. Everybody's trying to find the T. They want the T on the DUI. And they like, well, Karen, you ain't talking about it. Karen was like, it's a court case. I can't talk about it. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. So, Ashley, is having this issue. Now, there are 3 new housewives that are introduced. We got Stacy, the African lady. What's the African lady's name? I'm gonna find out. Good, the African lady is add-on. Stacy is add-on. Because I don't think is Stacy.
I think they're friends of.
Okay, Stacy is a friend of. The African lady is a friend of. The African lady has a beautiful boutique with beautiful dresses. I love it.
No, I think Stacy is a regular housewife.
She's a regular housewife. Okay, so Stacey's a regular housewife. Kiana is I love Kiana. Kiana is a regular housewife, and then the African lady is a friend of. So they don't really have many friends. Oh, and the Jazzy girl is a friend of, and so is Jacqueline. So they have 3 friends of, and then everybody else is a full time. Okay, so they're trying to figure out like the tea on Karen's situation. Meanwhile, Mia Thornton has a husband and a boyfriend, and the husband that I don't even know if they even filed for divorce. I know they are separated, but she is traveling all over the country in the world with her boo thing, who she's taller than. That was her. They were high school sweethearts, and then somehow she met Gordon, and she's been messing with the high school sweetheart on and off throughout the years. Husband knew about it. He found out he had bipolar, and then he lost his money, which is why I think that she left him in the first place. I really don't think she left that man because of anything else except for their family locked him out of the family accounts for the Cairo place. So that happened. And so that's the whole thing, right? Ashley is finally finna go try to finalize her divorce, I guess.
Whatever.
And then we have Stacy. So let's talk about Stacy real quick. Stacy is the if your mom and your grandma shops on, what is that? What's the shopping network thing?
HSN.
She's the HSN lady. She just actually ended that, like when they started shooting this. She ended that. She was in Philadelphia. I guess they shoot in Philadelphia. So she was the HSN lady. So if y'all know, and she's really beautiful. She's a really pretty girl. She's from Detroit, like Kenya Moore is. Beauty queen. I don't know if she gives me beauty queen energy. I don't know if she's actually a beauty queen. But Stacy has been in news as she was an HSN lady. And so she married a German man. They have a mixed race child, and the child really looks more German than black. And the baby speaks 3 languages. I like that. The baby speaks Spanish, German, and some other language. I can't see you, Wendy. You done moved up. Yeah. And so she is dating a guy who is like on Days of Our Lives. And I thought, let me tell you who he looked like. He looked like the TJ Holmes guy. You know who I'm talking about? Okay.
But he kind of like Don Lemon.
He really looks like him for real. And I
kind of like, you didn't get my reference, huh?
What? Kind of
like Don Lemon.
Yeah. Well,
did you get my reference?
I got it. So the boyfriend is celibate because he's a devout Christian.
Okay, hold on. Before you say anything, people are using that term wrong. When somebody is celibate, they are not having sex ever, because they're like deciding to. It's a faith thing, celibate.
Well, she said he's a devout Christian.
Right. Hold on. With nuns never had sex with nobody.
Right.
Okay. He's more abstaining than being celibate.
So that's what I'm confused about. Educate me, because how is he abstaining versus like not?
Because you abstaining from sex, meaning you abstaining from sex. I'm abstaining from sex, meaning I have had sex, and I'm just choosing not to have sex at the moment. I'm abstaining. When I say I'm celibate, I'm not gonna do it no more.
Oh, I get what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Okay. Well, at least that's what she's saying. So everybody thinks she crazy. Like, girl, what? Y'all in love and y'all ain't did it?
And
which I think that's wrong.
She's still married, you guys.
But she dating.
Right. She's separated, but they have not got a divorce.
They have not gotten a divorce. You are correct. Okay. So the Jazzy girl. Let's talk about Jazzy. Jazzy's a friend of Mia.
But hold on, though. Before you get to the Jazzy girl.
Okay.
I do think that Stacy's man played for the other team, and Stacy's his beard, and go on.
Allegedly. Okay, so look.
Oh, you need to put that on there. You forgot to put that.
It's in the thing, in the description. I got it on there. All commentary is alleged. I have it in there.
Okay.
I'll put the banner up, but I do have it in that. That fool says she's his beard. She's a beautiful lady. She ain't got no shape. She's shaped like kind of sort of like Wendy Williams, except her breasts are not as big as Wendy Williams was. But she's like really flat and really, she's not shapely. She's not shaped like a black woman. In my opinion. Girl, I need you to raise your head just a little bit, because you
I'm sorry.
all right, I'm gonna put that on here. I'm gonna put the banner on here. So Jazzy is dating a football player who is a 2-time Super Bowl champion. Okay, very, very good. I like that. But he done had 2 kids while they've been together. Okay. It's a complicated situation. She wants that man, and that's fine. And I have no judgment. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I just don't know that I could do that, because you done had a baby, and no, I'm not. We're not married. You just my man, and you done had 2 kids on me. That's the end of that. That's the end of that for me. I just can't. So that's Jazzy. Did you say allegedly not as big? I don't want children no more. Get rid of them. And you spell Williams wrong. You supposed to be a genius. Okay. So, so it's not the math ain't mathing over there with that situation. And so then you have Kiana, who has her dude. She's moved in with him. Oh, I'm sorry. And Jazzy they're in the process of buying a house together, her and the NFL player. Then you have Kiana, who's moved in with her guy, and he has kids. He's a divorcee. Their situation is not as complicated as Jazzy's. It's interesting. Jacqueline is extremely possessive. And Mia must have really put it on her, because Jacqueline is extremely possessive. She does not care for Jazzy. But like, if anybody say, hey, I love Mia, she like, no, but Mia is mine. It's giving really, really stalkerish.
Single wife, single black female type stuff.
Single black female type of vibes. And I can't get behind it. Get a man, honey. Get a man. Giselle and Wendy made up, which
I don't believe none of that.
I don't. But they did do a very, very good job of celebrating Wendy for her birthday. These last couple of episodes was about about Wendy and her birthday. And I appreciate that the ladies came together to really celebrate, and they didn't. I feel like they showed a preview of Stacey like getting on somebody's case about disrespecting somebody during their birthday. I didn't see that with Wendy. Everybody said really nice things about Wendy. It was really, really good. It was really, really good. Giselle and the twins are getting ready to graduate because the twins were a year under Grace. Grace is the oldest, right? I think I'm saying that right. So the twins are a year younger than Grace, and they're getting ready to graduate. So we saw that. That was cool. That was cool. And we saw Pastor Holy Horror. He makes his debut whenever he can. And so but it was really, really good. The shade is great. Stacey was stiff at first, but then Stacey came and understood the assignment. She came for the girls. She was asking the questions that needed to be asked. Like, girl, use that journalism degree for something. You get what I'm saying? So Stacey has been activated, and so I cannot wait to see how the rest of the season goes with Stacey. So I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of enjoying it. I kind of miss Candace just a little bit, and them tears and that you know.
Hold on, let me do it.
Go on and do it, girl, because I miss it just a little bit. But Stacey is activated. Giselle did put the girls out. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Yes, the corners. I really feel like if Candace comes back to the show, I really need her to get a deal with Kleenex. I'm not even playing with you, girl. I have given
her own line of tissues, honey.
I'm just saying. So I'm going to talk about this. Giselle and GNA, which I did not care for the workout line. I didn't.
Well, they don't even have anything on there.
It was given She by Sheen. So even worse than She by Sheen, it was just giving. Maybe it was given She by Timu. I don't know, but it was worse than She by Sheree.
No, Timu and they.
Correct. But they decided to change it to a wellness brand. Because
have you been on their website?
I have not, and I'm not going because I'm not supporting them.
Because I'm gonna tell you, all you see is socks and hats.
I'm sure. And then they put Robin's hats on there. I'm just saying. So they turned it into a wellness brand because of her father's health. And I thought that was admirable. They raised money for cancer, all this stuff. But Karen, let me say this. I love the Grand Dame.
She's petty.
She is the pettiest lady that I know, and I love her and I enjoy her, and she gives me life. Okay. I love Karen. If they did Real Housewives of the Potomac without Karen, something is wrong. Okay. Because Karen is Grand Dame. In my mind, that's who's the Grand Dame. I don't care about nobody else. It's Karen Huger, not Karen. Karen Huger all day. So Karen had an event, and she had told Giselle about the event, but she thought it was early. I don't think she thought it was early. I think she knew what time it was. It was at the same time as a GNA event. So what she did was she said, hey, y'all, I'm going to provide transportation. Y'all can come to my event and then go to Ashley and Giselle's event. Well, Ashley and Giselle's event ended at 9 o'clock. Karen's event started at 6 o'clock, just like Ashley and Giselle's event. And so the ladies took the effort to leave they didn't even see, hi Shanika. They didn't even see Karen get her award, which we surmised that Karen paid to get that award or whatever. Okay, that's fine. And so they left Karen's event. They got to the event at like 8:03, 8:04. So they had an hour that they could have spent at Giselle and Ashley's event. They didn't do that. They got kicked out. Mia, Stacey, Kay, and Wendy stayed behind for Karen. But Mia, Stacey, Jazzy, they left and came to GNA. So they were trying to support both, right? Absolutely admirable. You can't hear. Why can't you hear? I don't know why she can't hear us. Josh, you can hear us, right?
I'm not watching the podcast.
Okay. Keep talking. I'm gonna turn the mute off, mute on, and I'm gonna see.
Okay, you do that. I'm gonna keep talking. So, because of that, I'm not muted. Because of that, I don't know why she can't hear the live. Okay, go pull up on your thing too. She's working on it. You can hear. I don't know why Shamika can't hear. Okay, so because of this, where am I going with this? So Karen sends the van, and so Giselle tell them to get out, but she sends the people to come, or Ashley to come, to get them to donate to their cause. And I'm super confused, like, but you didn't want me at your event, so I'm definitely not going to donate to your like. Why would I donate to your cause if you know why? Houseway. So, because of this, the ladies have a little kerfuffle with Ashley. It was a whole thing. They ended up apologizing to each other, but it was a little dramatic. And Giselle is on her apology tour. Giselle apologized. Giselle never does that. That's not something that Giselle does, because Giselle gonna stay in the wrong. So she started off with Wendy, and now she has apologized to the ladies because she said she was really mad at Karen. And even when she and Karen had the conversation, Giselle squashed it. This is something different and new. I don't know who this Giselle Bryan is. I don't know who she is. So we will see how far this goes. Karen has her court date coming up. Of course, I don't imagine they're going to let them in the courtroom, but we will see how that goes and how that turns out. Clearly, Karen ain't in jail because Karen was on Watch What Happens Live just a week or so ago. And this was shot last year, 2023. So shout out to the ladies at the Real Housewives of Potomac. Potomac comes on Sundays, 8/7 Central on Bravo. Love is Blind. Let's talk about that real quick.
Hoochie.
So Karen's never going to jail. I'm sick of my kid. He don't even watch Potomac. So Real Housewives of not Real Housewives. Love is Blind. So let's talk about Love is Blind real quick. Tyler and Ashley. If you guys aren't familiar with Love is Blind, go over to Netflix. They have like 7 seasons now. They have pissed me off every season except for season 1. And it's not, we have not gotten to the point of Married at First Sight, because Married at First Sight, I cannot. I just feel like when people go on these shows, you know what you signed up for. And it's perfectly fine to say, hey, I'm not attracted to that, but at least see the whole process through, right? If you don't want to get married to them, get to the house and say, hey, no, this season was a little different because we had several breakups prior to the wedding, which was a thing. And a couple of them where the brides had tried on their wedding dresses and the groom had gotten fitted for their tuxes. So I was a little disappointed in this season, although we still got 2 weddings, which I guess that's what we should have gotten. I don't know. But Tyler and Ashley is the topic of conversation for me right now, because they are making their rounds. And of course, everybody's going to all these podcasts and all these publications, and they're talking and they're giving tea or whatever that situation looks like. So if y'all aren't familiar with Tyler and Ashley from this season, Tyler and Ashley are married now as a result of Love is Blind. During the season, there was a moment where Ashley found out that Tyler actually fathered 3 kids. According to Tyler, or of course, according to what Tyler stated, He was the sperm donor of kids for his best friend and her wife.
Which technically that's true.
Nah, it's only true for one of the kids. So let's talk about
the twins. Yeah, the twins. Yeah, that. Yeah, okay.
Only true for one of the kids. So the first kid, yes, the best friend and her wife were estranged, and they ended up getting a divorce. Although the best friend's wife name is on the birth certificate, I didn't know they could even do that. His name is on the birth certificate for all intents and purposes. The ex-wife thought something was always going on between Tyler and the best friend. Her name is Bri. I thought it was Bri, but it's Bri. So it came up on the show. And Bri was like, okay, she reached out to them. Hey man, I'm seeing this show. I don't want to go because I didn't sign up for this. This ain't what I'm a part of. I don't want to be a part of this, but you're bringing me into the conversation. So now I have to tell my truth and I have to tell my side of the story because it looks like one thing when in actuality it's another. All right. So because of this, Tyler did not straighten it out. He didn't clear anything up. He said, hey, I was just a sperm donor trying to help these folks have a family because, you know, they two women, they can't procreate unless they procreate with a male or they have some sperm to do it with. Got all that. All of those things were covered. Okay, great. Awesome. Bride said, nope. The ex-wife said, nope, that's not what happened. Bride said, hey, so me and the ex-wife split before the baby was born. The ex-wife came to the birth of the baby, but not only did the ex-wife come to the birth of the baby, but so did Tyler's family, as if this was his child, which technically it was, but it really wasn't because he donated sperm. But because the ex-wife moved across the country and was out of the situation and out of the equation, the ex-wife fought for full custody of the child. I don't know how that went because I don't think they ever delved into that. However, ultimately the baby stayed with Brian. Okay. Tyler said, hey, I want to be a father figure to the baby. I want to help out. Blah, 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 blah. That's what happened. Okay. They began to get close. They got so close to where they ended up procreating the natural way. Okay. And she ended up pregnant with twins from them naturally having sex, not him donating sperm, but from him naturally having sex with Brian. Okay. He did that. He had the intercourse with Brian. They have the twins, and all of a sudden, you know, he's telling her, hey, yo, I'm gonna go do this show. I want you and the kids at the wedding. It's all of this, and she has receipts. If the girl didn't have receipts of this with the text messages and all of this stuff, then I'd be like, okay, I don't know who to believe. But the girl has the receipts, right? Here's my issue. Ashley, and at first, I'm like, okay, she's innocent. This baby can only go by what this man says. And I do essentially think that she still is going by what this man is saying. So I don't hold her 100% at fault. But here's my other thing. Girl, why are you going on a tour to try to tarnish the word of this girl that had nothing to do with it and didn't ask to be invited into this conversation or this situation? Additionally, Tyler had pictures with all the kids. So he had been a part of the kids' lives. You know, this is something that was not a lie. You got pictures with the kids, like all over your Instagram and stuff, and you ended up getting them scrubbed, but her friends had done a deep dive. So whatever he came and told her, she believed it. Now, here's my thing. If you want to be with that man, and that man left that girl high and dry with them kids, by all means, sis, do you. That's fine. But just say that. Hey, he got them kids over there, and that's fine. He left them high and dry, but this is my man, and stand 10 toes down on that. I don't like that because you making this girl look like she's lying about stuff. Well, I don't believe she's lying. I believe she's telling the truth. And I believe that Tyler told you what you wanted to hear to get you to walk down the aisle with him. So here's my question to you, Wendy.
I don't think she knew about it until because this was filmed last year.
It was filmed last year.
So
I think she found out about it like right before the reunion, maybe.
Right. So
but
I can give
he
that
had the
much
opportunity to spin his story. You see what I'm saying? By that time, he had the opportunity to spin his story.
Yeah. Well, I think, let me plug this up because it's saying I need to charge my computer.
Plug it up. We don't want you to die.
I think that if Tyler would have came clean about his whole situation, she would have still stuck with him.
You think she would have stayed? Because I would not.
I think she would have. I mean, I'm talking about, because they've already been through this process. And I'm really thinking that production, like, somebody's got to get married. We can't keep having these folks, y'all, breaking up. So they chose who they wanted to get married and who they were allowed to go. That's what I think. Because what they wasn't going to do was pay for weddings and people up here saying, no.
I got you. To save face, production-wise.
Money-wise.
But we not just had one wedding, because the only people that really, was the other two, and I don't even know their names right now. That's
what's his name? Garrett and Taylor.
I would have been okay with one wedding that's genuine, because now y'all don't want a tour to bash this lady for her truth, which I believe the lady.
And I believe the lady. Okay. And I totally just like, look, Steven, look, dude, just what's his name?
Tyler.
Tyler. Look, dude, just own up to your stuff. However, he's right. Them kids did not ask to be in the limelight like this. And my thing is this: if she likes it, I love it. Leave her alone.
Period.
Let it be. So are these people really trying to get their fame off their coattails or whatnot?
I don't believe that. They lied. He lied to her about what it was. And she said, hey, yo, listen.
I understand, but how did this stuff came out there? How did it come out?
Because this is how it came out. Ashley said this on one of the podcasts. She said her folks started looking they started looking at his Instagram and stuff. So all the pictures that have come up on social media, her family and her friends did a deep dive into Tyler. And they found all these pictures with him and these kids. And she was like, well, who are these people? So that's when the conversation, like, dude, like, you got kids? Because he got pictures all on his Instagram with these random kids. These ain't nieces and nephews. So that's how that came about. But instead of telling the truth, and she was like, okay, so listen, I just saw the episode. Tell the truth. Or I'm going to have to, and I don't want to do this. I don't want to go in here and be like, because you making it seem like it's something that is not. You lied to this girl about what it was. Then you have other people that were in relationship with you, that were engaged to you, that said you borrowed money, never paid back. You did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And I was like, okay, well, why we got bitter X syndrome, but everybody ain't lying on you.
Right.
So all you had to do was tell the truth and come clean. First of all, you never told Ashley that you even fathered kids. When y'all were in the pods, you never said that to her.
Right.
You never had that conversation.
He came clean, though. He did tell her when they started living together.
Because she found out. He didn't tell her because, oh, by the way,
he
told her because she found out.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
And so for me, that's problematic. And my thought process is, do you really want to... Was it that you really wanted to be married? You get what I'm saying? Like, is that something that is that what you wanted to do? That's my thought process. Like, why, sis? Because I feel like he's going to do something similar to you that he did to his exes. Just my thought process. They might be married for 10 years. I don't know. But right now, she's very loyal to her husband, and that's what she's supposed to be. But red flags were there before you walked down the aisle. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So to try to discredit them for, and you got her on this discredit train when I believe these two women ain't lying on you, bro. And they definitely aren't lying about the fact that you conceived those twins naturally. So technically you are their dad. And you done left them high and dry. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I can't get behind it. I can't get with it. Love is Blind season 7, in its entirety is on Netflix. So y'all go check it out.
I want to let you know the Married at First Sight. This season is in Chicago. There's gonna be a couple that's gonna switch.
Interesting. I might watch this season to see the switch. Okay. Married at First Sight makes me mad because you get the same thing. And I'm like, I know y'all watch Married at First Sight every season. You're going to get the same thing every time. Okay.
Well, last season, somebody was jilted at the altar.
Like they was stood up?
The girl went up to him. I don't want to get married at first sight. Walked off.
Oh my land!
But it was a really messy season. It was really messy. It was really messy.
I probably couldn't have got past the first few episodes
because the people they was trying to, they wasn't really true to the experiment.
Right.
They was trying to save face and look a certain way.
Yeah.
And it all caught up with them at the reunion. But it was the one guy that got stood up. They rehooked him up with someone else later on in the show. So they didn't get the full 2-month experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was messy. Okay. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Who? Mary Cosby.
Mary Cosby is the gift that continues to give me life. Okay. I don't know who Mary Cosby is. When Salt Lake City first came out, Mary,
she was the one that married her step granddaddy.
Her step granddaddy.
Who was also Bill Cosby's brother.
Who was also Bill Cosby's brother. So she's the sister-in-law of Bill Cosby. But she married her step granddad to inherit a church that her grandmother started. Her mom and dad, they're at odds with her because they took over the church and they were left with nothing. And the church kind of split down the middle. So I would be interested in seeing how the parents' church is going versus the church that was originated and started and all that stuff. So at any rate, Mary is she's sweet, but she gonna say what's on her mind.
She's bougie. No, she bougetto.
She's bougetto, but she's sweet as pie. I think essentially Mary is sweet until you come for her and try her. And you don't think Mary's sweet? I think Mary's sweet. Until you come for Mary.
And she's very judgy. She
judges. Now let me say, she judges the girls. And the girls deserve to be judged. Because this season, they are getting on my... So let's start here. So remember the cousins were at odds. I don't think they're 100% back on the same page, but they're closer to the same page than they were. Okay. But Lisa. Oh my God, Lisa. Lisa Barlow is by far the messiest housewife on Salt Lake City.
And here's my thing about Lisa. When you try to correct her or tell her what she did wrong, she's going to spin it where you never came for me when I was going through this. You never did this she always seems to make it about her instead of listening to what her friends have to say.
Which is why I was Team Meredith when she and Meredith were going at it. Okay. When the people were looking for Jen, Lisa had a whole phone conversation with 6 different lawyers to make sure she was not tied to Jen at all. I was like, girl, so this is what we're doing. It was just a mess. So Lisa apparently has a problem with Whitney. And of course, when Whitney and Heather were going at odds, everybody was kind of split down the middle. At that time, Mary was a friend of the show. I do like Bronwyn. I don't like Brittany. Brittany is an airhead to me. So here's my thing.
Brittany is in a situationship with one of the Osmonds. One of the Osmond sons. Not the...
Brittany is an airhead to me. Let me tell you why. So here is my thing. I would never choose a man over my kids. Let's start there.
That's one.
Never would I do
never
that.
Gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
Never would I do that. Now, when the kids are grown and gone and you just don't like that Negro, that's fine. But I have a child that I'm rearing and raising. You've been on an on again, off again relationship with a man who is really terrible to you and trifling. And your daughter was like, hey, man, no, this is not cool. And you don't have a good relationship with your daughter because of the choice of the person that you are in a relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
He's awful to you. Did I agree with Lisa getting her phone and having conversations with dude? No. I did like the fact that Heather told her, hey, sis, you need to let that man go. He not it. He don't need to be it. That's not where you need to be. And you don't have a good relationship with your daughter because of the relationship you're in with this man right here. So let it go. She's a little...
I think she's cloud chasing because of the name.
She may be. But, or maybe she's stigmatized. I don't know. But whatever it is, girl, is cost your relationship with your daughter?
And I need Brittany to lay off the Botox or the plastic
Oh my
surgery.
God. She done injected herself with so much stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's too much. It's not cute. So I love Bronwyn because she's standing up to the girls. And I love that.
I love her story about her daughter's father.
Yeah.
Passing away, and the grandparents didn't want anything to do with the granddaughter, with the daughter, but now they want to come back into her life and stuff like that. That's the storyline.
Still don't really want to because of the remarks and the things that they are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thing. When a child is a child, and I don't care if the child is an adult, but that's still the child. So you weren't in this girl's life for whatever reason. You weren't in her life. The father was awful.
Because they were both Mormon and they didn't think Bronwyn was good enough for the son.
Which again, and that's fine. But you are the adults and she is the child.
Right.
And to mistreat the child because, oh, you not Mormon, so you ain't it. No, that's not right.
No, but then y'all have to think about it like this. This child carries the genes of your son who is no longer on earth.
No longer here.
He don't have any other offsprings.
Nothing at all.
Proceed.
Okay. So I love her. I love her husband even more because her husband ain't with it. Hey, so we having this trip.
I love her husband too.
That man
said, her husband.
Let them start this drama and they could go home. And he told them, hey, straighten up, get it together, or you can go on to the house. I'll get a car for you and y'all can go do whatever it is. However y'all get home, however y'all can get home, y'all can get there. We invited you on this trip for it to be drama free. She did not. She invited Heather, but Heather decided not to come because Heather got offended. Now,
no, she did not invite Heather. She invited Heather to her house to see if they
was coming to invite Heather. She wanted to invite
No. Listen. Yeah. She invited Heather to the house to see if they can hash out their things so she can invite her.
Correct.
Heather didn't want that.
Heather got offended. So here is my thing with Heather. Heather, sis, you look real two-faced. And Mary told you, she said, I don't like the two-faced situation that you're in. Because the situation between Lisa and what's the other girl's name?
Meredith? No, Whitney.
Nope, not Whitney. The Asian girl, the other Asian girl.
Is it Angela?
Angie. The situation between Lisa and Lisa and Angie are supposed to be homies, but Heather has known Angie longer because she and Angie went to high school together. And so
didn't Heather want to be like the in crowd, but wasn't?
I think
somebody mentioned that. Go ahead.
I think so. What's interesting about that situation is Heather is playing both sides and she's not being honest and she's not telling each person what they're doing wrong to fix the situation. She's carrying bones. So she's carrying bones back to Lisa and making Lisa feel some type of way and doing the same thing with Angie and making Angie feel some type of way. And I think that Angie and Lisa just need to have a conversation and hash their stuff out, not amongst the group, because that's going to add fuel to the fire. But I think that they need to have, because they have a friendship, or they had a friendship, and their friendship has gone to hell because you have Heather being the middle person, which Heather don't need to be the middle person. She don't need to be the bone carrier. And Mary said, hey, you seem two-faced. You're telling Angie one thing and you're going to Lisa and saying something different. And that's not cool. And she called her out for it. And I appreciate Mary for doing it, because somebody needed to call her out for it, because she's being really two-faced. Lisa did something to somebody because she was upset on another season, and she went to the blogs and planted a story. And I believe she did the same thing with Whitney. Now, Whitney, your jewelry do look very Timu-ish. It does. I'm sorry. All commentary is alleged, but it looks very Timu-ish. However, Whitney, however, I believe Lisa did it. I don't care what nobody say. I believe Lisa Barlow did what the people said she did. I believe she planted the story, and because she did it on another season and she admitted to it. I believe she did it. Mm-hmm. What you think?
I believe she did it too.
I believe she did it. I believe she did it.
I don't think you remember the rant that she went on about Meredith going.
I remember the rant about Meredith, but she planted a story with a blog. She did the same thing that she's being accused of. She did it. I don't know if it was for Jen. I don't know who it was for. I can't remember, but she did the same thing on another season. She did it. I don't care what nobody says, she did it. So, and you can't do that one time and then expect nobody to suspect you of doing said thing, because you did it.
Right.
I don't care what nobody say. So yeah. Y'all go check out Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They come on Wednesdays at 8/7 Central.
Is it Wednesdays?
On Peacock the next day on Thursday.
I watch it on Peacock because I don't have it. Bravo. I watch it on Peacock the next day.
Right. All right, so let's talk about East Lay Love. And we're not going to talk about the big thing, but I'm going to get some takeaways from East Lay Love. I like the show. So this was a birthday trip for Nivea. Nivea wanted to go to Vietnam. And hey, Vietnam has been added to my bucket list because it's gorgeous. Everything was beautiful. I want to go to Vietnam now. I always think about Vietnam like for the war. And of course, we did get to see Vietnam on This Is Us when Kevin went to go kind of explore that situation, and they found his, he was finding out information about his uncle and that sort of thing. So if y'all remember that This Is Us, it was beautiful and I enjoyed the trip. Couple of takeaways though. I did not like the London girl. Did not like her at all. So London is
London.
I didn't like London. And let me tell you why. Okay. She offended Tammy and Eva with her comments. So some of her comments were a little offensive and it seemed elitist to me. You see, and I get it, Baltimore is rough. I get that. The Wire, oh my God, I'm so sorry you had to grow up like that. Like, girl, what? Why would you say that to somebody? Well, there are no ghettos in Britain. That's a lie, ma'am. It's ghettos. Nobody in Britain has ever had. That's a lie, ma'am. They have. So you've gone on TikTok. So on her TikTok page, she educates people about like the differences between Britain and America, but you really don't have here's my thing. How do y'all not have the ghetto like America, if not worse than America, when you are in the country that raped and pillaged villages everywhere. How, Sway? You are in the Queen's country where they took over everything all over the world, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
You have a ghetto, sis. You didn't grow up in the ghetto, and that's fine. But there's a ghetto over there in Great Britain. Now, I do understand that there are certain differences because I had a friend or coworker that was from Poland, where, you know, they didn't have all the money in the world, but their banking system is different. They were able to go on trips. They were able to go and explore other parts of the world. At the same time, baby, the struggle was still the struggle. Okay. So you can't tell me and make me believe it's a ghetto everywhere. I don't care what nobody say. Otherwise, Sally Struthers wouldn't have been on the thing asking for money for the people to help them to survive over yonder overseas. You can't have me believe that there is no ghetto all over the world. You can't. You can't. Then for you to expect somebody to get your sense of humor that you don't know, but you won't do the same for them, and you offended, I could. Now, was Tammy her usual ghetto self? She absolutely was, but Tammy was not wrong. Eva was not wrong. And then when they put it out on the table and squashed it, you still had a problem. Now, Tammy did say, I still felt away, but this ain't my trip. This ain't about me. And I have a real problem when people make things about them. I have a complete problem with that. Because if you're my friend and you invite me somewhere, I can suck it up and be a team player because this ain't about me. This is about my friend who is celebrating their birthday. And a lot of people cannot and refuse to yield and make things about the other people that they supposedly care about. They want to make things about them. I hate that. I hate a person, or I hate when people, I'm not going to say I hate the people, but I hate when people make things about them instead of absolutely thinking about the other person involved in a situation. You were there for Nivea's birthday. And this was Nivea, Eva Longoria,
Eva Marcel.
Eva, what's Eva's name?
Marcel.
I'm sorry. I done got her mixed up with with the other lady. Latino lady. I'm sorry. Not Longoria. Eva Marcel from Top Model. And then Tammy Rivera from Love and Hip Hop. And then the London girl, which I was never familiar with.
She's a comedian.
But I know
Yeah, she's a comedian from London.
Is she a comedian? I didn't know she was a comedian.
Yeah, she's a comedian.
That's my thing. If you're a comedian, even so, why could you take on the humor of the other people and then learn from the other people? They were willing to teach you and they were willing to learn from you, but you had a block because you made that about you. That's what I didn't like about her. And I was grateful that she went on about her business and decided to go home, because the racial appropriation thing, I didn't understand. I didn't get that at all. I didn't get it. I'm sorry, I didn't. And then, Tammy is like, well, Sade is from Nigeria and da-da-da-da. Well, she's British and we claim her in Britain. I ain't never known them to claim her. But okay, go off, sis, if that's what you want to do. And of course, I understand that in England, they have a whole dynamic of different racial backgrounds and certain things that probably affect us here as far as race is concerned, but I still don't believe that 100% because you got a queen and a king that has taken over and enslaved many nations, right? So I don't believe that race is not a thing and race is not an issue, but they don't look at
race is most definitely an issue over there.
Issue, right? So you can't make me 100% believe that. Y'all have fought for certain race. Y'all had a whole thing with Meghan Markle being the black princess over there. And it was a problem if people were racist. So you can't get me to believe 100% and wholeheartedly that that wasn't a thing. So that's my issue with London. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you sound off.
Well, of course, what you mentioned about London, yeah, she needed to improve in that, but I still liked her anyway because she was very humorous, and I gave her a little grace because the way they portray us over there. That's what she said. She said, "What I see of the ghetto is from TV. That stereotype, right?"
But it's the same ghetto. It's the same.
And
Because
so,
just like you saw on TV, The Wire, what's the show? Supercell. Them, they got gangs over there in England.
they do.
It's
They
the
do.
same ghetto.
And then the other part that I gave her grace about is when she didn't want to be fitted for the Vietnamese clothing. The little dress, she said she just
got
didn't
it.
she didn't
Yeah.
feel comfortable because it's like invading in somebody else's culture that she really didn't want to do. That's you know what I'm saying. I kind of gave her grace on that. But my thing is this: if she didn't want to put it on, y'all shouldn't have gave her flack about it. She told y'all she didn't want to do it,
and they let it go after a while. It just, to me, let me say this: for all over the world, they racially appropriate everything that we do. All over the world, not just here in America, not just the Kardashians talking about the braid, cornrows is whatever they called it. We've been doing cornrows for years, sis. You didn't create that. They do that to us all over the world. So I understand where she didn't feel comfortable, but I'm like, sis, girl, you in the country. So here is my other thing. If I go to Japan and they say you have to wear a gi in this temple, what I'm supposed to do then? You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you this: if it's not aligned with my religious belief, I would not be going. Y'all going like that Buddha thing? I'm not into Buddha.
I'm not into Buddhism, but I would love to see the temples because they're beautiful. And so to me, I think there's a difference in your belief system and the culture. And to me, I would want to take in all of the culture. I'm not finna go bow down to Buddha, dog. I'm not doing that. Because I'm a Christian. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. Not a Latter-day Saint. I believe in the Lord. Okay. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. I ain't finna say Latter-day Saints was then we getting into Salt Lake City. But I believe in the Lord, right? I believe in God. Nothing is going to take me outside of my belief for God and my love for the Lord. At the same time, I don't think there's anything wrong with touring and experiencing different cultures. And I think that's a cultural thing versus a religion. I'm not going to bow down to Buddha. That ain't what I'm doing. Okay. But I will go to, just like Tammy and Eva were there and they were taking pictures and, oh, this is beautiful. That would be me. I ain't finna Namibia. Oh my God, that girl was shaking and oh my God. That would not be me. I'm not bound down to Buddha, but I would like to experience the culture. And that's what I'm saying. And I think what makes visiting different places of the world a great thing for me is I get to experience, because everybody's culture is different. We're not all the same.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got to worship Buddha to go to a temple and see the temple and take the pictures and all that other stuff. I am not bowing down to Buddha though. And that's what people, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it was. I get it. And that's fine. You can appreciate it. But there are certain places where they want you to wear that attire if you go. So if you go to a Japan or you go to certain places, if you go to Dubai, so here's my other issue with that, because if you take your butt to Dubai, which everybody goes to.
Oh yeah, I will be wearing that. I will be covering my head.
Or else you're gonna be stuck like Chuck. So
I'm gonna cover my head.
You can't say that to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think of it as cultural. And then people didn't have a problem with it. I think what we do as people is we take things too seriously. And I think in that moment she was being too serious. You could have tried on a darn dress and just got and she still ordered the dress. That was the other thing. She paid for the dress and ordered the dress because the dress came to the place where they were. You get what I'm saying? She still got the dress. Were you gonna give it away to somebody? Like, what were you doing?
Because it was tailored to her body.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what would tell me what you
they
was
would
going to
tailor
do
it.
the dress?
Yeah,
Why did you even buy the dress?
Body.
You should have stood 10 toes down on what you wasn't gonna do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It was okay. I just like Eva, eat some more. I just want you to gain some more weight.
I think Eva addressed that. She said that, you know, with her going through that. So at the time when they took this trip, her divorce wasn't new, but it was still fresh for her. Mm-hmm. And then Tammy's situation was new because at that time when they filmed this, Tammy was going through her split from Waka Flocka. Mm-hmm. And the new girlfriend get on there and say,
but no, she said she was divorced from him for years.
They have been divorced for 4 years?
Uh-huh.
Waka?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
That's what she said in the beginning. She said, me and my husband, we've been divorced for 4 years.
This show ain't 4 years old that they did. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm like, oh yeah, did you hear about his situation? Because he supported, or you want to talk about that when we talk about the election?
Let's go on into it because this next on. Yeah. Okay, so Trump. He won.
Okay. Public service announcement.
Okay. PSA.
I am for my black people and black people only. Don't ask me to do nothing for y'all. I'm not doing no protesting for y'all. If it's not for my black brothers and sisters. But I ain't I'm not. That's how I feel right about now.
Okay.
I did the pointing finger, not the other finger. I did.
So this is how I feel about this. I'm a political science pre-law major in school. That's what I was. That's what I have my degree in. What's great about the country that we live in? Hold on. What's great about the country that we live in is that we have the freedom of choice. Okay. Mm-hmm. I was not the one going and debating with people about their choices. Oh, I'm voting for Trump, or I'm voting for Kennedy, or I'm voting for whoever, Jill Stein or whoever was running as an independent. I voted for who I voted for, and I didn't have a problem with voting for Kamala. I did not.
Mm-hmm. I did not either. I voted for
I didn't have a problem with doing that because I can't get down with somebody who has been openly racist. And I don't believe that you being openly racist has changed. I think you're still going, because even during your campaign, you did some openly racist things. So I can't get behind that, right? Mm-hmm. Do I believe we're going to be in chains tomorrow? Absolutely not. But what I do feel like is there are some things that are going to change. Mm-hmm. That are not going to be for the betterment of the country. And because it's not going to be for the betterment of the country, there are going to be some things that people are going to have real problems with. But my thought process is going to be, well,
you voted for that.
You voted for
that. That's what I'm saying. If you did not vote, the pro-Palestinian people who was for Palestine, who did not want to vote for Kamala. Okay, it was Kamala that said she was going to work for a ceasefire. It was Trump that said, hey, I'm going to give Netanyahu all dibs. I just want the property. It's going to make good beach resorts. Yep. And not once did y'all protest anything that he did. But y'all was on Kamala. Okay, yep. I voted for Kamala not because she was a woman, not because she was a person of color. And yes, I said a person of color because she's black and she's Indian. So she's a woman of color. I didn't vote for her because of that. I voted for her because she was the only presidential candidate who served all three branches of government, judicial, legislative, executive. She's the only candidate ever.
Yeah.
So she has the experience. Okay, do I think it's odd that she lost? Yes, because when the results was coming in early, she was winning. And how can a state be red for president but have a blue governor? It does not make any sense.
It doesn't.
It's giving me scandal vibes. You remember when they had little
B613, baby.
you remember they had the little thing with the voting system.
Yeah.
Even if you pick Kamala, it was gonna pick Trump.
Yeah.
That is what I think is gonna happen. But you know what? I do believe if you heard her speech, her concession speech, that wasn't a concession speech. If you saw the way she walked off, y'all have to realize this woman is a prosecutor. She even said, I dealt with folks like him. I know how he works. When he was talking, do you not think she did not have people be like, be on ready, be on call? Something about to come up.
We'll see.
But it's like this. I am not happy about the results. I was in my feelings. The next day, I woke up to the worst news of my life because I did not watch I saw some of it and then I said, I'm going to go to sleep because I don't want to be up all night in curls and knots and stuff like that. I'm going to try to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Next day, it was my 11th wedding anniversary. So I was like, I'm just screwed both ways. And so I was in my feelings. I really was. I was so in my feelings. But then I said, you know what? It's all in God's hand. I told Joshua, look, get your passport. There are countries begging for you to move there just so you can procreate, live there for 10 years. Go. I would feel better if you was out of the country than in this country. He was laughing at me. He said, Mama, it's not that serious. But it is that serious. Okay. And then today, a friend, he told me, he said, I don't care who is in office, because at the end of the day, the money that I make, the money that I need to make is up to me. And come to hell and high water, I ain't ever going to be broke because I got to work and it is up to me. He told me that. I was like, you know what? Look at this.
I mean, it's so, and I said, before, in previous episodes, I talked about, hey, I'm about to leave the country. I'm finna move, whatever. And that's fine. I'm not, I don't necessarily have to leave the country per se. Because, at the end of the day, I'm going to work my butt off to do what I need to do, even for my business, even for whatever I have to do. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to be, I'm going to make sure that I am one point with whatever I have to do and whatever I need to do for my family, make sure my boys are straight and they're doing what they need to do. I do hope that some of the rhetoric that was taking place, or some of the plans that they plan to come out with, like that 2025 plan or whatever that they had, I'm hoping and praying that there is a way to get past that.
I'm praying about that, but they already starting with the process of mass deportation. So all y'all Latinos that voted for him, y'all about to be denaturalized.
Well, and so here's the other. Let's talk about that. Maybe not, because let's talk about how the people that have the right to vote they may not be immigrants. They may be people who are
naturalized. They're even starting a denaturalization process too.
Oh wow!
Right. Even if you was here, even if you had parents that was here, you was born here. They thinking about deporting y'all too.
Oh wow!
Yes, it's going deeper than that. Okay, you guys, y'all talking about he's gonna do tariffs. Y'all need to understand how tariffs work. We're gonna end up paying more. Regardless, we're going to end up paying more.
Inflation is bad right now.
Inflation is not even bad. We're down 2.5% in inflation. But the grocery stores, y'all talking about grocery store prices. It's not because of inflation. It's because of corporate greed. You have the CEOs from Walmart, Kroger, Albertson saying that they got together and decided to raise prices so they would not be in competition with one another. This is all corporate greed. So we cannot blame Biden administration. And then,
oh no, I never blame Biden administration.
This is what they're doing. They're still blaming Biden for all this prices. I can't afford eggs. I can't afford gas. Elon Musk, a couple of days before the election, says, hey, it's gonna get tight for y'all. He said it. He said it. And y'all still voted for it. And so there's this one woman, her name is Diava. I listened to her thing on TikTok from 3 to 7, and she's a Harris supporter, and she gets MAGA people up, and now she's asking them, okay, y'all won, so how is he gonna fix everything? Y'all talking about how he's gonna fix everything. Now, folks, before the election, complaining about the prices. Now that he wins, and mind you, the Republicans have already acknowledged that the plan Trump has is going to cost out the yin yang. They're trying to figure out how to do something. It's already been noted that, okay, the way he's saying is it's going to put us trillions and trillions of dollars in the hole. So they know they just wanted to get to vote. And so now they know they screwed. They trying to figure out how they're going to do it. They may take Harris' plan and say, okay, Harris' plan kind of does make sense. But now people are on this woman's live saying, well, we're going to have to see some hardships before things get better. Really? And before the election, you're talking about, I can't afford gas. I can't afford bread. I can't afford eggs.
It's about to get worse.
I told my son, whatever you want to buy what you want now. Because if you wait until next year, you're going to have to pay out the frame. Yep. It was a company in Pennsylvania already told their workers, hey, we're not going to give you your Christmas bonus this year because we need to set aside money just because the tariffs that's coming in. So it's already hitting y'all in the pockets. And don't you know, one of the number one searches on Google is, how can I change my vote for the election?
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's like this. I'm going to be like somebody eating popcorn, sitting in the back and watching all of it because y'all all asked for it. Whoever voted for him, whoever voted for Jill Stein, whoever did not vote.
Baby, Jill gonna run every election, ain't it?
And I'm like, and she doing that. I'm thinking the Republicans paying her. The Republicans got to pay her.
And let me say this. I am going to say this. I like a lot of what Jill Stein says. I like a lot of her plans. I like a lot of what she says is cool. I also think too, Kennedy had a lot of good traction, and Kennedy threw his support behind Trump, but there were states that would not take Kennedy off of the ballot. So Kennedy's name was still on the ballot, although he bowed out of the race and told people to support Trump. So that was another thing. So
only reason why he told people to support Trump because he wanted a spot in the cabinet,
which is fine. But I'm just telling you another thing that I think contributed to his win. So I'm not a person who thinks that everything is black and white. I don't think that there should be a Democrat or a Republican party. I just think there should be people with ideas that should run. But of course, this is how our country works. So you have the independents, you have the socialists, you have the whatever parties that they have out there, and then you have the Democrats and Republicans, and the Democrats and Republicans are kind of what ruled the whole thing, and so that's how that ends up coming about. So I I encourage everybody to be free thinkers. I encourage people to do their research. Don't just listen to podcasts. Don't just listen to rhetoric. Like, actually go do your research. And Google is free.com. That's all I'm saying.
$3.99. And I just don't appreciate how I was attacked on my page by certain people because I decide who I wanted to vote on. I don't go after you.
Here's the thing. I don't think anybody should be attacked for who, because we live in a democracy. So in a democracy, you get to choose who you vote for. I'm not going to shame you for who you decide to vote for. I'm not going to go toe to toe with you for who you decide to vote for. And if that's who you wanted to vote for, fine. Deal with whatever consequences of the choice that you make. That's all.
And here's the thing. Don't come to me about morals. Please, especially against Trump.
I don't think there's a politician out there that has morals. I don't care. I don't care.
So because this is why I was getting attacked, because I said, hey, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in abortion. I wouldn't have an abortion unless if it was medically necessary. However, I'm not going to tell the next woman what to do with her body. I'm not going to.
And here's the thing: in the Constitution, there is supposed to be a separation of church and states. And there was a preacher that got up and was like, "Y'all out here trying to go by the law of the land, which you are supposed to abide by the rules and regulations. But one of the rules and regulations that y'all not abiding by is the separation of church and state."
But
for you to get in a pulpit and shame people for voting for somebody because they don't align with what you quote unquote believe in, and you aligning yourself with somebody who don't like you.
And then y'all talk about morals. You talk about morals. Okay, so let's talk about morals. Trump, he done cheated on his first wife with his second wife, cheated on his second wife with his third wife, cheated on his third wife with a porn star, talked about how he grabs girls by the pee
and has sexually assaulted many women.
Right. He bragged about going in the backstage of Miss Teen USA pageants while girls was undressing. Okay. Then he's incited violence. He was talking about how he wished Liz Cheney would be in front of a fire squad actually getting assassinated. Okay. He talked about a racial group, the Haitians, eating dogs and cats. They got so much hate and bomb threats and stuff like that. The city of Springfield, Ohio, by the way, are very thankful and grateful that they're there because they're thriving in their community. And you think about the fruit of the spirits, and you think about the 10 commandments. Has Donald Trump lied? Yes. Y'all done put him as an idol god. Didn't God say there shall not be no idol gods over me? No other guys above me. Okay, y'all done act like Trump is the Jesus Christ himself, which he is not. He even said, I don't have to repent. I don't feel I need to repent. That's a prideful person right there. And I'm sure he has paid for many abortions from all of the extramarital affairs that he had. And rumor has it he didn't have an affair with Tamara Hall, but that's another thing there. You heard me. We talk about that off camera.
Allegedly.
He done defrauded many campaigns. He done bankrupt how many casinos? How bankrupt a casino? How's always win? I'm not understanding. Been bankrupt. I mean, he could not really campaign the way he need to because he owes cities millions of dollars.
Of course
he done faked his own assassination attempt. If y'all think that thing in the ear was real, come on now.
Come on.
So, but then y'all talk about Kamala. Oh, she was going with the married man. He been separated with his wife for many years before he got with Kamala. And guess what? They dated a year. She left him alone. Guess what? He still haven't divorced his wife. Dude still like divorce his wife. Okay, so I'm like, so what? I mean, it all lays down, it all boils down because she was a woman and she was a person of color.
And let me also say this, because I don't agree with some of the things with that campaign, which in essence, the first thing I didn't 100% agree with or believe in was that because if you're black, you should vote for me. I didn't believe in that. Now, do I agree with you voting for Trump if you black? No. But if that's how you feel and that's the way you want to go, by all means do that, because again, this is a free country. Okay. So I didn't agree with that. I also didn't like the fact that Howard, the people at Howard were there and they were waiting on you, and they stayed out all night. You had many supporters, you had many black supporters, that's the thing. And you did not do that. And so I do agree that we play on race a lot when it comes to these elections. And again, not a fan of Trump, did not vote for him, but we play on race a lot. And I think what you relied on in this election, which I don't think you should have, was the fact that I'm black. I'm an AKA, I went to HBCU. You relied on those things, and the black people had your back. The black men went out and voted for you. Not many, not all the black men, but the vast majority of the black men went out and voted for you. A vast majority of the black women went out and voted for you. But because you are black or a person of color, let me say that doesn't mean that we should automatically vote for you. You need to bring me more than just that. So I think that's where you messed up, in my opinion. Instead of being real. Now, a lot of people going around saying she locked up all these black guys and blah, 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 blah.
That's a lie.
That was the previous administration before her. She came up with programs to help black men get out of those situations and get out of that position.
Can I add something there?
Mm-hmm.
Can I add something to that? Mm-hmm. What you just said?
Mm-hmm.
They kept saying that she locked somebody up. Who locks people up?
The police.
Okay. Who decides the sentencing? Who does the terms of the sentences?
The terms of the sentences, the judges.
Okay. Kamala did her job. All she did was present evidence. It wasn't Kamala that locked them up. It was the judge that says you're guilty. And guess what? You're doing this time. Period. And it was the police officer that does that.
That does that. It wasn't a law. And then the other thing is the state senates, the city government, they create laws for your community, which is why you need to go and vote in the local elections as well. If you are, and then here is my thing for people who don't vote, or people who don't vote in the way that they should vote, in my opinion, for you to say, I'm relying on the government to do the right thing, but you don't go to the polls and vote in the local elections that polices your local laws and governance. If you your state elections, your city elections, you don't go and vote for those. So if you don't go and vote for those, how do you plan on change to happen and be enacted and take place? If you don't have city council members and state senators that are or state representatives that are on your side, tell me how you expect to get the things and the rules and laws and regulations in your area, because yes, that's the country, but in your individual states, they still make their own rules and regulations and laws.
And then can I also say this? They said, what has Kamala done? I got 3 things to say. Have y'all asked what did Vice President Pence done? Nope. Have y'all asked what Vice President Biden did?
Nope.
No. The vice president has 2 jobs. First job is to be ready day one, just in case the president is not able to do his job. And guess what? She was a president for us for a whole hour and 56 minutes when he was under for what was it? Colonoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
She was acting president. So she was a president for a short period of time, and she's done her job. The second is that she is the president over the Senate. So she has to be that tiebreaker. And she has done her job. She has been the tiebreaker vote for many of legislation.
Let's also talk about how technically, constitutionally, the president does not hold that power. The Senate and the House of Representatives does. They make the laws.
And the Congress holds the money.
The Congress holds the money.
Congress holds the money.
I feel like everybody needs a civic lesson, because your thought process and the way you think, oh, the president this and the president. And of course, Trump went and did some things outside of the Senate and the House of Representatives because I'm gonna sign this in the law, I'm gonna sign it in the law. He wasn't following the rules and regulations of the Constitution. He wasn't. So
I need to go back to Schoolhouse Rock. I'm gonna have to upload some Schoolhouse Rock videos.
I mean, because but you didn't pay attention. And if you didn't pay attention in not economics and government and US government or history, that's fine. Just say that. But yeah, there are levels to this, and there are different rules and regulations that need to be followed. And that's something that was not when he was in office. So those are just some things, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Trump won. It is what it is. Let's see what happens.
We see what happens. But I just predict that they're gonna invoke, was it the 24th Amendment or the 14th Amendment, where they're gonna ask him to step down and let Vance be president, because Vance really wants the Project 2024, 2025 to go through. So Trump was just their puppet.
Okay. R.I.P. to Quincy Jones and Tony Todd. Quincy Jones is a musical legend. He's been doing this music thing for many, 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 many years. Thriller, the Austin Powers soundtrack. That's like my favorite, because I love do 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 do. Many, many scores he's written. Many, many albums that he's produced. He is like the man. He's also dabbled in TV. So the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, a lot of people don't realize that's a thing. And he was the executive producer of that show, he and Betty Medina. Quincy Jones' word on the curb is that Quincy left $80 million to each of his kids. So he has 8 children, and every child got $80 million.
That's love right there.
That's love. And I just want to be adopted as a step grandniece or something. Give me $1 million and I'm straight.
And so we did Tony Todd. He was Candyman. And he was on Final Destination as the mortician. Yeah, the first one. He was the mortician. Yeah. But I also want to say, rest in peace, Judith Jameson. She was a dancer and the artistic director of the Ivan Ailey Company.
Yes, I remember her. Yes.
She passed away a couple of days ago, and so I'm like, the dance companies have lost a legend, because she was truly a legend.
She was. Okay, so Chrissy and Jim Jones. Let's talk about
child.
So word on the curb was that Chrissy and Jim Jones had gotten a divorce. And of course, everybody had these think pieces.
Were they married?
I'm sorry, not a divorce. They broke up because they were not married. You are correct. Thank you for correcting me. She proposed to him. He proposed to her, but they never got married because I think she came to the realization, and I really think it was more him than her, that she just didn't want to be married, which was fine. So apparently people kind of, your Instagram and TikTok and Facebook investigators, they decided from a post that Chrissy made that she and Jim Jones had split and parted ways. And of course, over the years, Chrissy's had an issue with his mom. It's been a whole thing, right? Well, Jim Jones was rumored to have married Brooke Bailey, who is from the Basketball Wives franchise. And so that was a whole thing, but nobody could produce pictures from the wedding. And so recently Jim and Chrissy went live on social media and they are still together. Don't know who came up with this situation. And if anybody can produce the pictures from the wedding, I would love to see it. But I don't believe that Jim has left Chrissy. That's just my thought process. Are they ever going to get married? I don't think so. Chrissy also, I saw a recent interview where Chrissy was like, I just love Jim's son as my own. She never wanted kids, and I never knew that. She's been content in Chrissy in her 50s now, so she definitely content with not having no kids, because who's gonna pop out a baby?
Girl, there's a couple of folks on TikTok 60-some years old found out they were pregnant,
and that's fine, but Chrissy said not me, not I. Okay,
not I said it,
and I'm with it. So I do want people to realize that marriage is not everything to everybody, and having children is not everything to everybody. People have their own journeys in life. There are people who want children that may never have it, but there are people who just don't want that. And, and it's fine. They may be okay with a partner for life. That ain't me. I can't have no more kids, but I do want a partner for life. And I do want to get married. I want that in my life. Okay. Moving on. Halle and the Grammy Noms. I'm not going to go into details about that. When the Grammys come out, we'll talk about it. But the Grammy Noms, shout out to Glorilla. Glorilla got 2 Grammy nods. Hopefully she wins. She's up against Lotto and a number of other female rappers. But she got 2, I think Cardi and some other people. But she got 2 Grammy nods. And I'm super excited for that. Megan was snubbed. We're going to talk a little bit about Megan Thee Stallion's documentary. Just a little bit, because we've been on here for a minute. And so shout out to Glorilla. Hopefully she wins. Bring the trophies home, sis. Halle and DDG. We're going to talk about them real quick. So DDG was on Kai Sinet's, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, podcast. And he's a big YouTuber. He's had a lot of celebrities on his podcast. And he's just done some crazy things, and people follow him, so he has a lot of followers on YouTube and that thing, and that's great. He had DDG on his podcast, and DDG had the baby. It was his turn to have the baby because Halle was out of town. Well, the baby was on the podcast with his daddy, and Halle made a post saying, I did not know that my child was going to be on this live. I'm his mom, I'm his protector, blah, 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 that he was wrong. So a lot of you guys were split on whether it was okay that, they were like, well, you're the pot calling the kettle black because your sister be having a baby on the internet all the time. You be with your sister with the baby. Like, why would you say that? And that's his dad. A lot of people were saying, well, you don't know what their discussion was, what their agreement is, if they clear it with each other to have the baby on social media. And because y'all gotta remember, they weren't showing pictures of the baby at all at first. Let's keep it 100. They were not. And I don't know if that was a Halle thing or if that was something that DDG didn't want, but for a long time they weren't showing the baby's face, and then all of a sudden they started showing the baby's face. So, and I don't know if they were waiting to shop some pictures around to the local publications. I'm not sure how that went or how that worked out. But DDG, and I did not like him with her or for her, but what he did do that I respected a lot was that he said, hey, y'all need to come up off of Halle, regardless of if we together or not. That's the mother of my child, and she's going through something right now, which is postpartum depression. And what y'all are not going to do is come on here and trash her. And I respected him for that. What we don't tend to realize is that people go through things, and celebrities are people too. They just got more money than we do, and they just in the spotlight, They are people as well. So we don't know what she was going through. And we also don't know what conversations that they have had in the background as it relates to what to do with the baby and their relationship with the child. So those are things that I think we need to take into consideration when we're looking at that, and stop with the judgment. And we get on social media and we do this right here, and we Twitter finger thugs in the background, but we don't know what a person is going through. And so I urge everybody to stop coming from a place of judgment all the time, especially when it comes to these celebrities, which is going to segue into this Megan Thee Stallion documentary. I could not wait till it came out because I wanted to hear from her, because we really hadn't, except for the fact that she identified who shot her, we hadn't really heard from Megan for the most part. This documentary kind of took us back to, and it showed her mom, and her mom helped her get to the place that she was. Her mom was very, very instrumental in her as an artist, in her growth. What you gotta also realize is that this girl lost her dad when she was a teenager, if I'm not mistaken, and then lost her mom at the height when she was getting ready to blow up. And so her mom was a rapper as well. And so she gained a lot of her inspiration from her mom. But her mom was there. Her mom was, hey, you need to do it like this. You could see her mom in this documentary guiding her daughter in the way that she should go. And, hey, babe, your tonation, you need to work on your tone. You need to take short breaths. You need to do it. She was literally molding her daughter into the person that she is today. And then all of a sudden, my mama not here no more.
Oh, well.
And it's a young girl that's having to deal with that. So let's talk about the best friend. Let's talk about Tory Lanez. The best friend, apparently she dated Tory at some point, but at this point in juncture, she is with the man that she is married to now at this time during the pandemic when they were all hanging out. But what I think took place was there was a lot of preying on this girl because of her mental state. Her mental health was not good at any time. And here is my problem when it comes to celebrities when they're going through something mentally. We want them to go because I'm tied to you money-wise. So her best friend, her former best friend, Kelsey, helped her with some things in her career because her mom wasn't there anymore. So she made it seem like she did more than she actually did for Megan, in my opinion, because her mama had already set all this stuff up for her, right? And Megan was doing it. So she helped Megan. She did help Megan. But my thing is, as a friend, what do we do? This girl went and performed after she had to make the decision, because she was the only child, to take her mom off of life support. You get what I'm saying? So then Tory starts coming around, and I think it was an opportunist situation. I'm not even going to lie to you. He starts coming, oh, I lost my mom. Okay. That's their bond, and they hanging out. So we all knew that Megan lied about sleeping with Tory Lanez. Okay. And I do not think that you should sleep behind your friend, but your friend was off of that man. Your friend was in a whole relationship, engagement, whatever you want to call it, with a whole nother dude that she got a baby by. Okay. So my thing is, if I'm in love with this man over here, I might have beef with my homegirl for whatever happened between her and this ex or this person that I wasn't on, or that I really didn't care for because I done left him alone, or whatever that situation looked like. And she was wrong for this. But she said she was not expecting Gail to ask the question of whether or not she and Tory. I thought I was going on here to talk about me getting shot. I did not know that this was a question that was going to come up. So she said I lied about it. But when she went to court and went on the stand, she told the truth. Her boyfriend Party was there. It was like, she cheated on Party. Okay, that's fine. Party cheated on her. She cheated on Party, whatever. Okay. So whatever that situation looked like, right, in that instance, she went through that. Keep in mind, nobody around this baby is saying, hey, sis, let's pause for a second. Let's go sit down and talk to somebody. Let's get some counseling. Let's get some help. Let me give you time to grieve the death of your mom. Nobody is saying this around her in her circle. Nobody's saying this. This girl said, hey, I was drinking like at a unnatural rate because I'm trying to drown my pain. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to drown my pain. I'm going through this and ain't nobody stopping me. I can't do it. She ended up checking herself into a mental facility, and she was in a mental facility from some time. A lot of people don't know that. But here is my thing. And I'm going to always go back to this, to any of the naysayers or anybody say, well, she this and she did. I believe Kelsey shot her. The reason why Kelsey, real talk, came out against Megan, one, I think Tori paid her. That's number one. Number two, she came out against Megan because she said Megan would not clear up the fact that she did not shoot her. When Megan came out after Tori kept trolling her, because Megan was not going to say anything about the situation. When Megan came out because Tori kept if Tori hadn't said nothing, Megan wouldn't have said nothing. Because she was still trying to protect this trifling little troll, allegedly. Okay? So had that man not been trolling that girl and taking her through changes and putting out all this hate stuff against Megan, nobody would have known you shot Megan, except for the state of California. So here's the other thing y'all got to realize and understand about the state of California. State of California says, if we file charges, the victim ain't got to file charges against you. We file charges filed. And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Chris Brown got caught up. Rihanna didn't go file no charges against him. The state of California did. Okay? So, that's that. They got him now. Of course, right now, Tori supposedly got some type of appeal going on. So my thing is, Tori, who are you going to blame for shooting Megan? Are you going to blame the person that paid you off? Or are you going to blame your security guard that was driving? Because those were the only other two people that were there. Just do your time, bro. Just do your time. That's how I feel. You done paid Kelsey off to keep her mouth closed. And then you got your driver. Who shot Megan? That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
So if y'all haven't watched it, I encourage you guys to watch it because it's a different perspective. Everybody making this, making it, and that's fine. She's had to deal with all that hate. She had to deal with all that stuff. Dealing with that, dealing with the mental health issues, and she still has the mental health issues. Because you can't put a time frame on grief. Dad, mama, grandma, you can't put a time frame on any of that, right? You can't. So I urge y'all to go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime right now. Definitely go check it out. Dwayne Wade. I just want to say this for the record. You chose this man. You went to the warehouse where they were sculpting your statue and you said, hey, that right there, that screams me. I was like, I was like everybody else. I was like, yo, man, wow, dog. These folks got him messed up. They messed up old Dwayne. How they gonna do Dwayne Wade like that? And then they said, "Oh no. Let me show you these pictures of this man saying, yes, that's it, sir. That looks nothing like you."
Nothing. Hold on. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh my gosh. The
nothing like you.
They think Lawrence Fishburne.
And I mean nothing like you. Absolutely, positively nothing like you. Nothing like you, man. Nothing. I just
oh my gosh.
That
when they said he looked like Lawrence Fishburne, I was done.
Y'all, I just need I need Dwayne to have made better choices in life. They really screwed Brother Man up, and it wasn't good. Was not good. At all. It wasn't good.
It was not good.
It's not a good statue. I really wish they could do a do-over. I don't know how much it would cost to do that, but that don't look like you on the basketball court. That don't look like you know it. It just does not.
And I can just imagine his daughter saying, his baby daughter saying, "That don't look nothing like you, Daddy," because she tells the truth.
Kavia is a truth teller. Okay, let me tell you, Kavia she be looking at them fuck like they crazy. They be doing all kind of crazy stuff. She'd be like, girl, your breath stink. I don't know. That ain't cute, girl. Go change your clothes. I love Kavia. I love her. I love her so much. And I feel like she is going to tell Daddy, I don't know what that is, but that ain't you, son. And I feel like you should have took your child with you when you was picking out your statue. I just feel like I just can't, because, and I ain't talking about Lawrence Fishburne. Maybe Lawrence Fishburne from School Days. When he was telling everybody to wake up.
Wake up.
I don't know. Maybe Lawrence Fishburne from Cornbread Earl and Me. I don't know. When they called him Larry Fishburne. We had the VHS with Cornbread Earl and Me. And they said, introducing Larry Fishburne. I said, I'm calling him that from now on. I ain't no Lawrence Fishburne. It's Larry Fishburne. So I don't know.
Excuse me.
Dwayne, you chose wrong. You chose wrong. And it just is what it is. We have anything else? Anything interesting?
That's it. I'm tired. We've been on here for 2 hours and 12 minutes.
I know we've been on here for a minute. I watched Beetlejuice. I have to go back and watch it because I missed half of it because I was on the phone.
How did you watch it?
Huh? It's on Prime. I rented it, so I got it for like 30 days on for rent.
Okay.
And then I want to see Deadpool because Deadpool is like my jam. So I want to see that. I don't know if I'm gonna rent that or not. We'll see. But yeah, you guys join us next time. We won't be so long. We just had to do a little catch up because we ain't seen y'all in a minute.
I have decided to do this.
Okay.
Because I am very strong now with supporting Black business. Even if you have a side hustle, hey, that's a small business.
Yeah.
And especially for those that voted for Kamala Harris, in support of them. So on Wednesday night, starting this week, I'm going to do a live from 7 to 9, asking all small Black business owners to come on my live, and we're going to network. Okay. I'm trying to get to 10,000 so I can get monetized with TikTok. I'm like you saying, we're trying to look at different streams of income and everything.
Right.
And then I'm in the path of doing my own YouTube channel. I'm going to have 2 YouTube channels going to launch in January.
Okay.
So I really want to make this a success. I did a dummy run yesterday for like an hour. Only a couple of people showed up, but I'm not discouraged because
no, people aren't. It's something different, and people aren't doing it. So do that.
But hold on. This morning, guess what I saw? What? Somebody posting, "Hey, I want to call all small black business. We're gonna do a live."
Okay,
but I said it's all good. If it's for the greater good of our community, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So if you're on TikTok, my TikTok tag is Wendy E. Smith 8. I want to make sure I say that right. Yeah. Wendy E. Smith 8. That is my TikTok account. So please do that. And before you ask how they can get in touch with me, on Facebook, it is Wendy Edinburgh Smith. On Instagram, my personal page is VLux76, but my business page is Wendy ESMK.
Okay. All right. And I am Vixia's Faith More over on Facebook, Vixia's Faith on all other social media platforms, Instagram, X, TikTok, at Vixia's Faith. Y'all can find me there. I'm the only one with this name, so yo, hit me up. And you guys can reach us at the Size Up official podcast over on YouTube, the Size Up on Facebook, and the Size Up 2102 at Instagram. Y'all make sure y'all follow us on all the social media platforms. If you're interested in being on the show with us, make sure you join in and come in, because we like to talk and we like tea. So if you got tea, we want the tea. Also, if you want some advice about something, come on here, we'll give you a little advice, no big deal. On different things. Okay. So make sure y'all are following us. We plan to go live Mondays 7ish. So make sure y'all join us on our podcast journey. And we enjoyed you guys this evening. Thanks for the people that did chime in.
Yes.
We do like interactions. So make sure y'all join in. Next time we're gonna keep this at an hour. We can't take long breaks like we did, Lord. We're gonna have to do it. And I had football season. My child was on the freshman team, so all the freshman games were on Mondays, so that kind of hindered us. But we're moving on up in the football world. So next year we won't be in this space, and we will be able to do this on Mondays from here on out. So make sure y'all tune in. Any type of tea we got, we gonna come on here and we're gonna sip it and we're gonna spill it. So y'all join us at the Size Up. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.